want to charge. I know how much I'll charge per hour for one person. Yeah, no, I can't. I think, yeah, I understand people are focusing on the recording, but that's fine. Yeah, okay. I'm seeing your process map. Okay, I think I'll start with you. Unity Damilare. All right. I saw your Aziz. Aziz is fine. Okay, absolutely fine. But the to be now is fine also. But I think I would like you to be on that one of the tools that I taught you guys. It's good that I draw it here, which is fine. It's acceptable. It's look, it's actually okay to look at. But use those tools, try and practice those tools. Just anything that comes to your mind, your bank, what you want them, anything, you keep practicing, you get better with it, okay? Because these are just little things that you need. Once you perfect this thing, you are good to go. I can assure you, if you see a job and you want to apply, let me know. I will support you on it. But I must make sure that you know what you are doing. You can use a bit of. You don't need to be perfect. That's one thing that I'm not expecting anybody to perfect. All right, I'm not expecting, but I just want you to know the basic of it and see what it is. Okay, all right. I like this thing. Okay, but AI routing planning. I saw AI routes planning, GIS optimize. You need to try and break it down. Also, what is the AI route? You want to? How do you start? Where did they start? You can say start. You can say vehicle is assigned for route A. Okay, now then vehicle is assigned route A, maybe with a number. When you assign, your system generates, route numbers. You assign for day one. You need to assign. You need to be specific of what you want to solve because this looks very big. It's okay at the beginning, but this one, don't don't don't. Should I share the screen? Let me just share. If you don't mind, I'll just start sharing the screen and then we can. Let me share the screen and see if we can. Mm, where is it now? Chrome tab. Okay. All right. I think it's, yeah. This is it. Yeah. You see, this is the manual. All right. This is the Aziz. I won't say much about. Is you that know the problem. You assume that this is how it works currently. You can see it manual route planning. He didn't show it in the next one. Since it's automatic now, something automated it. How did they do it? As you say, planning, maybe now schedule number, trust schedule, you know, maybe with number, you have number. That's what we use to track it. Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to work a bit on it. It's just for you to just sit down. It won't, one thing about this is that it won't, it may not be 1 hour. You may be sleeping and something just comes to your mind. Yeah, yeah, something missing in that process map. All right. It happened that way. Don't. But now you have something to present to me or to your stakeholder. And then this is the way I'm giving you feedback. This is the way they will be giving. Nobody will crucify you. Nobody will tell you you're not doing well. This is the way they will. Dami Larry, I think we can do something in that area. I think we should update, I think we should break it down a bit. That's the way I'm feeding you guys get back, not the way they will do it back. All right. Then auto assign to PSP app. Yeah, I don't know, but just break this one down. Break it down that anybody that pick it can understand, okay? And then auto assign execute waste collection deep tracked. Okay, it's being tracked back end. The driver also know it can be tracked, or the driver know where the waste are, and then is it done? Yeah, it will be different arrow. Okay, just go and check what we what we did the last class. If it's yes, it will have its own part. If it's no, it will have its own part. Hey, what am I drawing? Okay, if it has the home part, then like just use the tools, work on it. This is beautiful. I think I'm happy with it, and then I think I'm happy with the project. A lot of people choose beautiful projects. I'm very happy with it, but just know, make sure you use the tools. I think I gave an example last week that I used something like this to draw process map. No, not something like PowerPoint. And when I went for an interview, the guy said, I said I know how to use the tools, which is Lucy Chart, VCO, or Draw.io, whichever you use. I say, but he's saying that I draw it on PowerPoint. Is it a reason I did that? that he think that is because of for easy presentation. But I say yes, but I now told him that I have the other one on my tool. If you want me to share my screen, I will share with him. He now say he's happy to see it, and I got the job. Maybe that's if I couldn't share what I have on my tools. It's not about you drawing the people. AI, so many things can do things for you, but it's about using the tools. The tools is actually what you do by yourself. And we notice also on that tools, you see some user tags, manual tags. You can see it. Try and use it. It will actually help me. You see the manual tag instead of writing manual now. I'll just see it's a manual tags. Yeah, I'll see that icon here. That icon here, I will know that is a manual task, and I don't need to show it. That shows that's different. That's what I want to see. That you know how to use the tools. I can see manual tasks, I can see user tasks, I can see the gateway, the right gateway, I can see the years going different way, I can see the no, and I must see the end. Okay, it must end somewhere. It doesn't end in an activity or event. No, it must end, or a task, it must end will be like something like this, what we did the last class. This attribute for end. I think that's that about that. If you have any question, you can reach out to me later, or you can reach out through the course. Yeah, I think I want to see. Yeah, Mr. JP, sorry for asking, for responding late. You should just share the link. I think maybe guys can do is that we can share the link with me. I think the link is just somewhere up. Where do we? I think the one we used last week. The link, you can just share the link with me from here. You just share with me. You can say you want to save it to Google Drive. I'm not. Yeah, I just want to save, authorize. You can share. I don't want to go into all this one now, but you can share the link with me. Once you share the link with me, I can pick it up from there. I can even comment on the other page. I will tell you where the comment is, maybe on page 2, page 3, all those things. I will just tell you I've commented on this. I can make some correction on the drawing or the stuff itself. You don't need to screenshot or whatsoever. Don't stress yourself about that. Many people don't need. If you want to, maybe, yeah, in the tools I'll teach you today, or one of the tools I'll teach you today, yeah, you just need to screenshot. Once you screenshot it, once it's perfect, screenshot it, stay there, and that's all. But you can still share the link. Whosoever need it can go on it, and then have a look at it. And then if anybody edit it, in some cases that maybe you think that someone has make use of it, and you worked perfectly, and someone altered it, you surely know who altered your document, because it will notify you. If I work on your document, it will notify you that someone worked on your document and someone actually did. This is what I'm trying to say the other time. um the tax now, your user tax, these are tax. These are user tax. I thought last week, we talked about tax. These are user generic tax, user tax. We have manual tax. Yeah, this is send. So that when I see it, the person that if I'm working with you, I know what you are saying. Sincerely speaking, this thing, some companies take it serious than each other. Some companies don't mind. You can just use PowerPoint. We can use. Is it? Am I? Is it? Damila say my network is breaking. I think it's your network, I guess. But I can adjust my headset and see if. But does anybody can? Everyone, can you guys hear me? JP, DMO, Mary, can you hear me? Yeah, I've seen Mary work also. I think Mary did. Yeah, see, guys work. You guys are doing. Just hold on. Let's see. John Paul can hear me. All right. Try and log out and again. This is what I'm saying. User tags, okay? User tags, the what's it called? The gateway. And then if you see the end of it, I have an end. Oh dear. Okay. I have an end here. I have an end. It must have an end. It doesn't just end. I didn't end send confirmation and forget. No, it must have an end. it shows you that the process has ended. Because if I leave it here, maybe they see something that needs to be done, maybe that's what, but I need to put an end, because there's an end and start. I have a start and an end. All right. And then you may not put, you can see this one is a very tiny one. If you see the end one, very thick one, by seeing this very thick cycle, by seeing it, you don't need to put, you can put it, you don't need to put it, it's up to you. But by seeing it, I know what it means. And that's why I showed the PowerPoint last week for you guys to know what each of it this thing means, because it's not about drawing it. It's not, you can, anybody can draw it, but it's about understanding what it means, because some people can actually be big on it, some company can be big on it. And if you can see my yes or no, you can see it. It has two ways. It doesn't follow. Is password correct? Yes, no. There must be action. There must be something. If you say something, yes, you must have where it's going. If you say no, you must have where it's going. All right. I think those are the little feedback from the assignment that I've seen that people have submitted last week. All right. Any question? I can take on some questions for people that just joined. Maybe uh, just share, in short, just share this thing with me. You guys can reshare. I didn't block the assignment. You people that have submitted, you can just go here, go to this, just share the link with me. Maybe I can be able to help better. You don't need to screenshot. You don't need to export all those. You don't need to export screenshot. You don't need all those things. All those. All right, just share with me. I'll receive it. They will notify me, guys, which I've shared with me, and then we'll see how we can proceed with that. Any question? Are you guys getting the class? I understand. Yeah, I get that. You guys, from the assignment, I understand that you guys are actually catching up, meeting up. Yeah, Aziz is, and then Aziz is. I think another thing I need to stress is that maybe I didn't stress last week was the, uh, no. Sorry, guys. Okay. Oh dear. What I want to okay, I want to stress. Uh, mhm. Sorry, guys. Just share. My screen is misbehaving and stop presenting. I just share. All right, sorry. Okay. What another thing I want to stress is that you can have swim lane. Let me just find something like that and then share it to you guys. Mm, yeah, sorry. Okay. Let me just share my screen again and then take you guys through it. We can have something we call. Okay, we can have something we call was yeah, swim lane now. Yeah, I talked. Sorry, guys. I talked about. Why is my screen just messing up this morning? Okay, yeah, I think you can see now. I talked about something last week. We can have Swimlane. Swimlane is that, yeah, maybe we want to duplicate. I'll just duplicate this. We want to. This is what we call this one. A lawsuit. Let's now say this one now is medic. What can we call this one now? Federal Ministry of Health or Ministry of Health, Lagos State. Just yeah, Ministry of Health, Ministry of Health. Am I correct? Ministry of Health. Okay, just look it like that. Okay. Then we just want to show if you are communicating. If you are communicating, if something is coming from here, let's say we are sending. What I'm trying to show is that we can have more than one lane. Okay, it's not necessarily everything will be in one lane. If everything, okay, maybe I should let me not do Ministry of Health. Let me do what's the any bank name? Let's say Access Bank. Yeah, I think Access Bank. Access. No, don't. Okay, Access Bank. Access Bank. Okay, because now we want Access Bank is the one collecting payment for these guys. Okay, what we'll now say now? Let's say Access Bank. One will say Access Bank. Let's say payment now. Let's say from this side. Let me delete all these ones. I'll delete all these ones. Yeah, okay. Delete all this one. This one now, it has not end here. It's okay. Let's even if it end, what's Google Pay? Or let's say Google Pay duplicate. I bring this thing down now. Okay, make payment. Let's say the client or the customer make payment with one of this one now. In them means that this lane will be Google Pay. This one, another lane can be Palm Pay. All right, another lane can be card, whichever bank. All right, because what we are trying to say is that we want to see how these guys interact with Palm Pay, because Palm Pay in Google Pay. Now let's say this one Access Bank. Okay, I think it's small. Let me just enlarge. See how you can enlarge it, and then just enlarge it here. Okay, let's say Access Bank. This one Access Bank. Okay, Access Bank. Okay, which we know before. Then the payment has come now, and then in Access Bank's check customer details. All right, details. All right, what does the Access Bank do now? Access Bank can still check for fraud, check against fraud or something. They do that mostly in developed countries. Check fraud or check fraud screening. Now that's the word they call it. Okay, they check that if there is no fraud that happened. Access Bank now do what again now? Duplicate. Access Bank authorize authorize payment. All right. Then we will now say if it's the payment is authorized or not. All right. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Yeah. This one can be receive payment, be not because we have the receive payment for authorization, authorization. All right. Then this one now check that if the payment is authorized or not. You can see now, you can notice that all these things, and this one now, you can see, I'll change this one now. If you use lazy chart, you see where you can change this one easily on this right, but because I'm using draw, I can just change it here. I'll just change it to receive, that's manual. Can, yeah, that's sent. This is received now. This is received. I'll change this one to receive because this is received. Okay, just change all because I'm trying to teach you guys what I was talking about the right tax or right symbols to use. Because just says receive payment because it's received. Once I see this envelope also, if you notice it here now, it's saying receive. I know that the guy is receiving, and this one is user tax. The system check the user details. The system also checks screening. The system also authorize payment. We'll now go to authorize payment, yes or no. If it's yes now, it will now be sent. A bit, it will be sent. Just take down more. It will be sent now because if it's yes, I'm sending it back to last to that this payment has been authorized, and then let's see if it's authorized, yes, and then I can now say if there will be no also. If it's no also, I can okay, let's do it this way. This one will be like this, then no also will come under it just to make it neat. That's all how they are doing. And then okay, and say no now if it's authorized, and now send authorization to user or customer. Okay, this one now be if it's no, send error message to user. You can see now we all use what's it called, bank app or anything, and then if you don't have money on it, it will send you error message. This is what happened in the back end now. All right, but that's what I'm trying to show you, that we can have more than what I'm trying to show you is that we can actually have more than one lane, and this one will now come back here. Let's see it now. If this one is the authorization, it will now come back here. It may not come directly under there. I can see, that's what I'm trying to say before the class, that I can still break this one down. And now said this one, take this one up, I bring this one in, and now it will come, and now say display payment, receive payment authorization, or payment receive payment authorization. It's correct. Okay. Then now I'll need to change this one also to receive. We all know that now. Okay, then just copy this one, put it inside here because I want to use the right tax. Okay, and then this is receive now, and this one now, this arrow now is coming to receive, not send up. Once the receive payment, then you can now send order confirmation to customer, and you can see it now. Let's say it's no now. If it's no, I'll just say it can come like this and say it is no now. Just do like this. Six, okay, okay, I'll just make this one closer, yeah, and then this one in, or Just this is no, just bring it. Just bring this under this directly. What you will now say is that you say uh, payment decline, payment decline. All right. In some cases, I can't go deeper now. In some cases now, is that payment decline is receive it on also. Doesn't mean that is every word I have received that I must have because I receive it also now. Okay. But in this one now, we'll now do what? We'll now display error, or it can be specific error message that your card is not an appropriate card. It can be that payment you don't have sufficient fund. It can be that there's fraud, that they are suspecting fraud. That will now be, I don't want to go to that. Will be a deeper. We are going deeper. But let's just say, I just agree today that it's display error message. All right. But this one now will not be this tax. It will be user tax. Display error message to be user tax here. It will not be. You can write it yourself, you can copy and paste, but it's because I'm a bit used with this, and that's why I'm just copying. And then you can see this one, you now display. And maybe I didn't say it last week also, we can have multiple end. You can have more than one end, because what we are saying now in this case is that because this one has its own end, this one has its own end. And then let's say the person want to retry, display error message. Yeah, display error message. uh, and then you can tell the please try again with other payment, or try again, whichever. We are going, it's specific. You need to, it just being specific now. All right. Then the person can now, it can end one. There are many scenarios we can have. We can end, and the person can try. The person might say, I don't have money truly, and end this the what's it called, the journey. But the person, some other person want to try again. All right. Once you want to try again now, once you display error message here now, you can try again from. All right. You can try again. You will now try select payment again. It will take you try again. I want to see how I can make it cleaner. But let's see. Let me just take it out first. Then I can see how I can make it cleaner. Can make payment, select payment to try again. You can see it's coming back. You now go through the journey again. If you fail again, if you go through the journey again, if you go through the journey again, yeah, if you go through the journey again, then if it's successful, it will end. If it's not successful, it will be it's just the same again and again, and again. But yeah, this one must not cross. I'll see how we can do. Yeah, I can just take it. Yeah, I know how to take it now. Can just take it from here. All that I'm doing is that I want to make sure that I don't have the the stuff is neat. That's all I'm trying to do here. And then yeah, and then you can see that, and I don't want it to clash with anything. Even if I don't want to move that, I can move the end inside. Yeah, I can move the end inside. You can see it. I'm just trying to make sure that it doesn't clash, so that also, and some people number it. I can number appointment number one, select appointment two. I will just put one small text, three, four, so that the person can follow the number depending on how you want to do it or what works for you. All right. But that's what I want to explain. But that's what I want to explain. And then if you are joining these guys with this one, because it's another entity entirely, another swim lane, it will be, instead of the direct one, let's do it. I don't know if they receive payment authorization. From here, make payments, there will be sent payment authorization somewhere here, because for you to receive, there will be sent. Let me just clean it up because of recording for people that did not join. So okay, I'll just clean it, make sure that everything is, don't worry now, I'll sort it out now. Yeah. Okay. Good thing. Let's do this now. Send. We have one sending. Okay. Let's use this one. Send. Can use this send auto payment authorization. You can do send payment authorization now. Because once you click the payment, maybe maybe you guys understand backend very well. How backend work is that it doesn't start from here. Once you click the payment, make payment is when it will send to your authorization, when it's to send to your backend, send to your bank to when you want to transfer, when you put the amount, you put the beneficiary, you put the account until you click send. That's where it will send. It will ask you for your pin. See that milliseconds, that milliseconds that you ask for your pin and send and come back and say successful error is sent to your bank. And all these things I show down, all these things I show here, no, it will not come from me. All these things I show here actually happen. All these things that I show, that's what happened. I can assure you because I work in payment. I work in a finance as a finance BA. That's it. It's more than this, but let me not go. Let me not disturb your brain with that this morning. All right. All this thing, that milliseconds, all these things happen. Check your fraud. Check your details. You check the guys you are sending to. In some advanced country, it will tell you that you've never sent to this guy before. Are you sure you want to send it to him? In some places, even if let's say my name is Ademola Adeniji and I mistakenly put Ademola Ade N without high, it will flag it for me in that milliseconds. It will flag it for me, and then all those things happen. A lot happen. It can be as many flow. I don't want to go into that details now because that's what actually I do. And then, but that is exactly what happened. Then it will come authorization sent for fraud screening, ensure that nobody is using your card. All those things, milliseconds is pa pa pa. I can't just show you guys what I work on, but yeah, because of privacy. But I would love to see all these things. Oh, the music I made. This one now will now be this one will be association. If you guys see what I don't know where what I gave to you in the other class is association, the dotted line. Yeah, to be association because it's trying to tell you that it's going to another company or another department or another swim lane as you understand it. Or anything between one swim lane. Swim lane is a box. Let me put it that box to another box, it will be dotted line. Call association. You guys go and read the note I gave you last week. A lot is in that note. That's why I gave you that note to understand what you guys actually need so that you guys understand what is what about what is what association. Okay. All right. Any question in this one before I move to this class? Then you can proceed to this class. Any question? You can number it. I can number this one 1, 2, 3, 4. I can just put small number. I'll just find one small non-start. I will bring this in now. Okay. Just want to teach you. It's not necessary, but I know company that do that, and I know company that do that. I'll just number it. Okay. Maybe I'll use ordinary flow chart with that. I can just use this one. Okay. Yeah, to write inside. That one, ordinary chart to write inside, but those ones will not write when you close. You just do it like this. Just put it there. One, anywhere. It's just for you to you can see it. Then you duplicate it. Two, It's just to show that even in case the person will not understand how your flow is. For me, I believe that if my flow is this, you can see 1, 2, you can number it. Any question? I believe this it make more sense just build on what we taught last week. We're all good, right? Please ask question. I know it's something, ask question if you have question. But you can have multiple lanes. I wish I can show you some lanes in my. You have can have 6 lanes, 7 lanes. Just cause some cannot. It's not necessary they must have something plenty. Like some can just have 1 or 2 activities, and they go back. They send back. Just send to them and send back. Like maybe what would I use an example now? Like maybe the bank is not the one doing the fraud risk. Let me use that example because I can't, anything is not coming, nothing is coming out. Maybe the bank is not the one using fraud risk. Maybe let's say this is Access Bank, but the person that did fraud risk screening is KPGM, or let's just say BUA, or any other person. You do another swim lane for BUA. And what will happen now? Let me just maybe just yeah. What will now happen now? This fraud screening now will be here. Okay, this fraud screening now will be here, down here. It will not be here. It will now be this one coming here to check fraud screening. Then fraud screening said authorize now. Then it will now go back. It will now say store details or something like that. So details, is that correct? Yeah, to now be like that, but it will still be dotted line, like I said before. To be dotted line, uh, to be association line. Yeah, association is here. To be association, and then you can see now this will not be here. It will be here. You can see it's another lane. It can just be two, 1 or 2. It can be like that, but depending on what you want to do. Like someone that is using PSP, it can be just the driver to be notified driver lane notified. Never, it doesn't need to do anything. Does because most drivers may not know how to use phone savvy, may not be savvy. It's just to notify them, just to tell them, and you guys drivers, you'll be seeing a text in your message. That means that you need to, because this we can't say we want to. Not everybody is like Dangote that want to employ graduate to drive. Okay, because some of these driver now on that your project, some of the driver don't know how to, can operate an Android or iOS phone. What you just need to tell them, maybe just something need to notify them. They need to have their swim lane. All right. Uh, any question? I believe that should do a lot of justice. You can see now we have 3 swim lane now, but make sure that, let me just take this off. Make sure that each of them has their title in front of them. Each of them have their title. Access Bank is Access Bank. Lawsuit is Lawsuit. So that whosoever that is reading it understand. And you can title it the whole thing and say, or save it and says process map for last, depending on whatever you want to do. Any question? Sound. All right. Okay, let's proceed to today's class then. Yeah, in today's class, I share a link just by 11 or so today, and then I want to teach you guys today another tools, maybe 1 or 2 depending on the time. It's called Confluence. All right, Confluence is if you have any question, you guys just raise up your hand. Use the icon to raise up your hand, or just let me know. Confluence is a collab. In everything we do is a collaboration. When I say you should share that link, means that I can collaborate with you real time. Even if you are sleeping in real time, I can be working a live document. All the document we do or we work on in IT is mostly in real time, or we want to ensure there is collaboration. We want to ensure that as many people can access it and be working on it simultaneously. That's the thing we want to do. And then what we want to do now is that, okay, what we want to do now is that, okay, maybe because before that, let me show you guys yeah, I dropped this one in the chat. Oh, you guys are still seeing my whole screen and you guys are not talking. Stop sharing now. Okay, I want to share. I think someone asked question last week, and then I just want to share this one before we all right. This is what someone, I think is, was it, oh, the person is on a call. I think is Anolu. So, but last week, previous week we talked about what did we talk about? We talked about Risi, how to how to how to is it measure now? What's the language now? It's not coming. How to identify your stakeholders. Thank you. How to identify your stakeholders. In agile now, we are moving to agile now. When I say agile is it's too different between waterfall and agile now. We started from waterfall, like the traditional ways of doing things. Remember, we started using Word. I started with you using PowerPoint. Now I'm moving to something that is fast, something that is everybody can work on, something that is just active all the time. And if you see the document I show before, I'm sharing my screen now. I'll share it again. Today's class probably, or the process map is a live document. If I leave it 100 years, I'm coming back to it, it will be like that. It's a live document. So it updates itself. It save it manually and automatically save itself. Okay, but what in Agile now is fast. It's just like, maybe let me just put an example. It's like you went to a restaurant and then you are hungry. You went to a restaurant, then you ask for a 7-course meal, like appetizer, the main meal, dessert, drink, all those 7-course meal or 5-course meal. I don't know now. Then you got there around 11 and then say, okay, no problem. They get all, but they gave you food to eat by 12:30 and they brought all the 7-course meal. Okay, that's how we were working before. All right, that's manual way, manual ways of working. What's another way? Waterfall is that you must do this one before you do this one, before you do this one, before you do this one. Everything cannot be going on the same time. But in this side of the world we have now, call it agile, just like the word agile. Okay, and then we call it agile means that you can be working on something, I can be working on something, everybody can be working the same time, and we just meet and finish the work in 2 weeks. Agile use Scrum. That's the methodology we use. Okay, the Scrum means that in 2 weeks or whatever we agree on, we want to finish just registration, just calling, using your WhatsApp to chat. Next 2 weeks we'll do another thing, how you can edit your charts. Upper week we'll do another, just like the way we break our BLD into granular. Okay, but now I want to show you guys, because I was talking about how to identify your stakeholder. At times, most times, you don't need to identify your stakeholders. Whoever that you are working with will share with you who are your stakeholders. In some company, they can just share something like this with you, or where they means that these are guys are your stakeholder, or how the frame of work is. In daily stand-up, these are ceremonies. I think I'll teach you guys this one next week. Daily stand-up is every morning, like we come today, every morning. That's in IT. Every morning, first 5-15 minutes, depending on the time. Like me, I work with like 80 markets, 80 countries, other countries. We come 9 of the time I am, and then some people are closing work, some people are entering work, a lot are happening at that point. But we meet and say, guys, what do you work yesterday? What do you want to do today? Do you have any challenges? Just like the question I used to, that's daily stand-up for you, but I'll talk about it next week. Who is responsible? You can see it now. The Scrum Master. Who is accountable? The Scrum Lead. Who is consulted? These guys are consulted. This is product owner, business analyst, tech lead, developer.